Hello my lovely Taurians, welcome to your February 2020 reading. This is a general reading for you my lovely Taurians. It's a reading for Taurus sun, rising and moon sign. Also listen to your rising sign and moon sign. Some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, then follow the link below to my website and you can book a reading from there. I've also, in the final week of January, when this is going to be posted, there's going to be about a week left if you want to book a yearly reading. That offer expires at the end of January, so if you are wanting a yearly reading, then get in and get your reading before that finishes, so you don't miss out. So, what I get with you when I'm sitting here and reflecting on the Taurian energy, and I absolutely just pick up there's just this indecision, this sense of being very unsettled. For some of you, that's how it has been in the final weeks of January. Some of you, it's moving into February. Timing's going to be different for all of you, but I just feel this incredible restlessness or uncertainty, this sort of, for some of you, a nervous energy, a real nervous energy that's coming up. So I'm wondering what that's about for you. It's going to be different for each of you, and it's going to be different in intensity for each of you, but I just get this not being able to get a direction or make a decision or just settle into what's happening and what's unfolding. I feel this energy of really being quite unsettled. So let's see if we can calm all that down and see what's moving forward for you. It's just that for some of you it's impatience for the results, for the benefits of your hard work. There have been obstacles for you to overcome, and I want to go back to December and January. For some of you, there's been decisions, there's been a really active mind, an active thinking process of making decisions, and some of those decisions have been quite difficult for some of you, or most of you. It's not been an easy process, but I feel like you've come out of it okay. You've come out of it okay, and it's about settling into those decisions and trusting the choices and decisions that you've made in moving forward. That's what I'm going to try and help you get to in what's going on around you. So that's where I feel like you're coming from. And some of you are going to sort of experience that in February, I guess, needing to make these choices and decisions. Come February, and it really is about, you're going to be feeling more balanced. So that's really nice. You're going to feel more balanced and more at peace and more harmonious. And it's in that peace and harmony and tranquility that you are going to be able to make the right choices and decisions for you. It's about following your intuition, following how you feel about a decision that you've made, and not allow the mind or the ego to get too much involved in that, but really it's about making choices and decisions that are going to be good for you, that you're going to benefit from, and you find that peace. So that does come for you. That does come for you, and you do feel that tranquility with temperance, which is about balance. It's about harmony, balancing all the elements. Not having an overactive mind or too much emotion or too much sort of action. It's about having, being grounded. It's about having all of those in this lovely balance, making decisions that are going to be good for you. That's crossed, interestingly, by the Three of Swords. And I want to say, what are you unhappy about? What is it that you feel hasn't worked for you, or there's some sort of disappointment around something, around a situation, around you. And for some of you, it's work. For some of you, it's home life. For some of you, it's a relationship. Some of you, it's friendship. There's some sort of disappointment that's coming in here. And I want to say, for some of you, there's a sort of a stop beating yourself up. I feel like there's a disappointment in you, in yourself, I could have done better with that. I should have done this. I should have done that. It's an awful word, should. Nobody should do anything. You do what you feel like you need to do at that time, and you make decisions given the information that you've got at that particular point in time. Hindsight is an absolutely wonderful thing. If only, in hindsight, we would make decisions in our lives and would probably have done it differently. But we can only do what we can do. We can only make the choices and decisions that come from what is the information that's available at the time and how we feel about it at the time. So if there's a disappointment in the self, then that's something that needs to be released. But there is some sort of disappointment, or someone's let you down. Have you let yourself down? Some sort of disappointment that comes with that. So it's about really coming back to that being balanced, coming back into your own balance, into your own strength, into your own confidence. That is going to be that's going to ease that sort of disappointment a great deal. So there you go. And it's what's underwriting that, you have been putting a lot of effort. You've got the 7 of coins, 7 of pentacles. There's a lot of you've been working diligently. You've been working at something. You've been working at achieving a goal. You've been working at achieving some part, something in your life, and you've put in great effort, and that is going to pay off, and you're going to start seeing results of those efforts in February. You're going to start seeing results of that in February. And the more effort you've put in, the more work you've put into preparing that, to achieving that goal, the bigger that goal, the success of that goal is going to be. So it's all proportional. But there is some sort of reward. You're going to start seeing some results, and that can be on an emotional level, it can be on a health level, it can be on a financial level, it can be on a success, level, accolades or something well done. It's going to take different forms for all of you, but there is, you're going to start seeing the results of those efforts come February, which I really like. I think that's absolutely fabulous, because that is going to lead you to the Ace of Swords, and that's going to lead you to new learning, an expansion of that base of information that you have, an expansion of that base of skills that you have, a different way of thinking, a different way of processing. There's this new start here for you. So that's going to be the trigger to, what you've been through is going to lead you to this new start, this new way of doing something, of processing something, of thinking about something, of learning something. What are you going to do with your knowledge and your skills? Are you going to invest it into a business, into a product, into an expansion of something that you're already doing? So there's a new injection here of knowledge and skills and rewards and effort. So it's a new start. It's a new start, which is absolutely fantastic, because that leads to the Magician. And the Magician is about, that new start is something that you can create. What do you want? So that's all part of, I feel like that's where you're coming from. All these decisions and choices and work and processing that you've done in the past, you're then able to learn new things, learn new skills, new ways of thinking, new ways of positive thinking that then can create a new reality for you, can bring in new things for you. And that's the Magician. The Magician has this power of creating your reality, of bringing in, so you're in control here, of bringing in what you want in your future, where you're progressing to, what the resources that you're needing, the people that you're needing. It's within your power to bring that about. And so your thinking, your thought processes become very important here. How you think about things, how you view things in your life, your self-talk, keep it positive, because that's how we create our reality. Our thought processes, our self-talk can either expand our reality or can limit it. And so you're in this wonderful opportunity to have this new start, to bring in changes that you're needing in your life that's going to be for your betterment. It's going to really benefit you and be really good for you, which I really like. And then we're going to be moving along in February, and you've got the Two of Cups. And so there is a connection here. There is, if you're involved in, if you're in a relationship, it's reaching a new level of understanding, a new level of appreciation, a new level of connection. If there have been issues there in the relationship, they get ironed out because there's the communication, there's that bond strengthening in February as well. So there's a reconnection of that relationship in February. If you are seeking a relationship, then there is certainly the opportunity here in this new start and in creating your reality to meet that significant other. You're going to be quite charismatic in the second half of February, my lovely Taurians. So there's new love that's coming there. There's new love that's coming. It's also about connecting with new people that are going to be quite significant in your life, new people that are have a connection with you on an emotional level, and there's meaning in that friendship. It's going to really be supportive of you. So there's that support network as well that's around you, which I really, really like. And you're going to need that because you've got the 8 of Coins. And this is, you're working over books. There's new learning. There's work. It could even be working overtime where you are working, but it's going to give you the financial gains that you are wanting. It's going to give you the there's an energy exchange. You will work overtime, you will work long hours, you will work towards some project, but it's going to be beneficial because it's going to give you the financial rewards that you're seeking. So while there is work, it's not unpaid work. It's work that is going to be, there is money that it is paid. There's financial increases coming as well in that work environment, which I really like. Or your own business. In your own business, new ideas that you've got, new things that you've been mulling over, which leads me to the next point here. You have achieved a lot in the past. You have actually made quite a lot of progress. So there's new plans here. There's new goal setting here. And that's what keeps you moving forward, my lovely Taurians. There needs to be a goal. There needs to be a project. There needs to be something that you're working towards. There needs to be something that you're expanding on. This is something that you've been thinking about and you've been desiring for quite a while. This is because it's a cup that's up in the ethers. It's a plan that is close to your heart. It's something that you've always wanted to do, and you start to bring that down into your reality. Some of you are going to think, well, how am I going to achieve that? That's going to be impossible. I can't do that. That's limiting. Don't forget you've got the Magician. Listen to your self-talk. Don't allow negativity or limited words to set those boundaries for you. Keep it expansive. What has been your heart's desire? What have you always wanted to do? What have you always dreamed about doing? Start bringing that down into your reality, creating it, manifesting it, bringing it in around you, because there's real opportunity there. As we move to the end of February, you've got the Judgment card, and the Judgment card is things coming up about... I am sorry, excuse me, I hope that didn't sound too loud. You've got the Judgment card. The Judgment card is about things in review, things coming up to be reviewed, triggers happening in your life that are going to trigger, maybe, for some of you, triggering, if you've got this negative thought pattern, there's things that come up that trigger that make you, oh, well, I've got to stop that negative thought, or I'm going to release a particular thing. You might have certain expectations or patterns or cycles that have gone on in your life that keep repeating themselves. And so it's about reviewing that and going, well, I don't need that anymore. I don't want that anymore. I'm going to release that. It's memories coming up from the past. Don't be surprised if people from the past come and say, oh, hi, I haven't seen you for ages. Let's catch up. There's connections, or you might bump into someone from the past. There's this this energy there that the Judgment card brings things up to be reviewed. Am I going to release it completely? Am I going to hold on to it? That can be things like patterns, cycles. You might think, oh gosh, why does that same thing keep happening in my life? Well, what's the trigger? What emotions are being triggered there? What have you not released? So there's an opportunity there to release those things. I'm going to get another card for you to get a bit more information on that. But that releasing card is always a good thing. There's many triggers that may happen for you moving from February into March, and some of you might find that it happens through the last week of February, where you can and the purpose of that, the intention of that, is to offer you a passage out of that, take a passage away from cycles and behaviours and attitudes from the past, to start afresh, to start anew. But you've got assistance there, you've got help. So there's people you can talk to, and if you talk to a professional, even if you need to, but you've got people that will listen to you, that will help you, that will guide you. So you're not on your own in moving forward, in releasing a lot of stuff from the past, because there is that forward movement. There's things that need to be left behind. That's all going to come up in February. And I just hear these words, let's clean the slate. Let's get that all cleared so that we can bring in new things, bring in a new start, bring in what I want to achieve in the rest of the year. I like that. What is it that I'm going to draw another card, my lovely Taurians, because I want to know what it is that you're deciding on. What is going to be the outcome of those thoughts, of that processing. Well, it's all about love too. This is soulmates, but I'm asking about why this processing, and this is karmic. So this is about karmic cleansing for you in February. It's karmic cleansing. It's karmic releasing on an ancestral sort of lineage. It's releasing those things that are holding you back. So I'm feeling like there is an opportunity here for a new start, to release things on a karmic level, and you don't have to know what they are. I feel like this is going to happen in your dreams. There's going to be processing. You're going to have moments where you wake up and think, wow, did I sleep at all last night? I feel exhausted, because there's been an astral processing going on. So it's whether you're conscious of it or not, there is a releasing happening in February. So that you can move on to new goals and new situations, bring new things into your life, new people. It's like a clean start. February is cleaning it up, so March, it's all new for you. Ooh, you've got the red-bellied black snake. Independence. The red-bellied black snake. Highly venomous snake in Australia. Ugh, I hate snakes, I've got to tell you, my lovely Taurians. The red-bellied black snake. It's about independence. They are really territorial. They are very independent. They are very fast-moving. They are not afraid of anything much. They're incredibly independent. They operate on their own. So this is about you finding your independence, finding your voice, and finding your forward movement here. Also with snakes, when it gets cold, they hibernate. So knowing when to pull back and hibernate, knowing when to take action, knowing when to move forward. February is a month of moving forward. February is a month of processing, being independent of thought and goals and plans. What it is that you want? What do you want to achieve, my lovely Taurians, in forward movement? So there you go. Okay. This is the Angels of Abundance. This one here jumped out, and you've got Organise for Success. And that, I suppose, is what February is about. It's about reviewing, deciding what it is you want to change, and organising yourself for what you want to manifest, what you want to bring in, and for the success that is being offered to you. So let's read that. Organise for Success. Do not let the word organise intimidate you. And I don't think it will, my lovely Taurians. as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organising your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps, which is what's being offered here. You are being offered a passage out of all of that to plan your next step, to plan your next stage. What's next? What am I going to manifest? What am I going to bring in? Because this is all on a karmic level, you know, it's all divinely guided for you. So there's nothing here that's happening this month as an accident or as a coincidence or as, you know, why is this happening? It's propelling you to a particular path. It's moving you forward to where you need to be. So it's all, whatever's going on with you in February, it's all good. Don't have any resistance to it. Just work through it and use those opportunities to really look at what you're needing to release personally as you know, behaviours, attitudes, cycles, or toxic people, or changing your work environment or your work hours, or, you know, what needs to be reviewed here for you to plan your forward movement, which is going to happen in March. So I hope that resonates with you, my lovely Taurians. I wish you many blessings. If you would like to book a private reading with me, follow the link below to my website and you can book a private reading from there. Blessings to you in February.